Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And the number to reach us this hour live, 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you. Boy, are sparks flying on Capitol Hill.
Whistleblowers came to you as early as 2019. Let's look. As early as 2019, whistleblower. Don't talk over me. As early as 2019, it's my hearing, pal. As early as 2019.
Don't call me
whistleblowers came. Well, I should call you prisoner because you ought to be in jail.
Well, we'll see what you can do about it.
And that's Senator Hawley of Missouri and the Attorney General of Minnesota, Keith Ellison, as they went into it and got into it repeatedly. We're going to let you hear parts of that. Lots going on, plus the very latest in terms of Arizona and the investigation. Again, the number to reach us, 800-848-9222. The entire world has heard by now the glove found near the scene of Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. And this is Nancy Grace on the Fox News channel.
This guy was so careful to wear gloves. He didn't want to leave any fingerprints behind. What many perpetrators do not realize is they are leaving their fingerprints inside the glove. Now, problem, if it is a powdered glove, sometimes sweat and powder can mix together and blur the fingerprint. However, sometimes that powder can actually preserve the print. So we got that going for us. And it's not just that the gloves are similar to those we see on Nancy Guthrie's front porch that the perpetrator's wearing. It's location, location, location. Near her neighborhood, in her neighborhood, 1.5 miles away from the crime scene. Why were they there? Think. They were also combing the area around Campbell and Estrada today by the road. They were in pairs, stretched out, lots of them looking right alongside the road, going up into the cactus. Why? I think there was a tip. I wonder, did someone see someone throw something out a car window? It's not a coincidence. There's no coincidence in criminal law.
And so that's Nancy Grace appearing on Sean Hannity last night on the Fox News channel. We see your calls coming in, 800-848-9222. So before we get into Senator Hawley and the Attorney General of Minnesota, Keith Ellison, I want to talk for a second about partisan politics and how unfair things are to the right and to the Trump administration, because no official, no parent should have to go through what Vice President J.D. Vance did. We're going to let him tell it in his own words, what he had to experience, and his children. You may recall that trip that he did to Disney World. Well, listen to the Vice President of the United States.
Of these people are creating an environment where things like this are inevitably going to happen. A couple of months ago, I headlined a fundraiser in Southern California, and since we'd be out there anyways, my wife and I decided to take our kids to Disneyland one weekend. We had fun, and to be clear, most of the guests said very nice things, or they just left us alone. But there was a loud and very vocal minority that would shout at my children, who were 8, 5, and 3, whenever they got the opportunity. "You should disown your dad, you little," one middle-aged woman yelled at my 5-year-old. "Tell the Secret Service to protect the Constitution, not your father," screamed another. Are these women violent? Probably not. Are they deranged? Certainly. And while our side of the aisle certainly has its crazies, it is a statistical fact that most of the lunatics in American politics today are proud members of the far left.
So something's got to be done to lower the temperature. But it just can't be the right and the Trump administration trying to lower the temperature. It has to be the left as well. I am saying kudos to Missouri Senator Josh Hawley for holding the Attorney General of Minnesota, Keith Ellison, his feet to the fire at a hearing today on Capitol Hill, part one of these two going at it.
Mr. Ellison, let me start with you. You're the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota. Do I have that correct? That's a yes?
Sir, you're aware of my job. You know the answer to that.
You're not going to answer my questions? Are we going to start this way? Are you the Attorney General of the state of Minnesota, yes or no?
You know the answer.
Mr. Ellison, you're in my courtroom now. You're under oath. So I suggest that you answer my questions. You the chief law enforcement officer of the state of Minnesota, yes or no? Let's try another question. Are you familiar with the $9 billion in historic fraud out of your state, including the $250 million in the Feeding Our Future program alone? Are you familiar with that? Don't turn to the pages in your book to get your potted answers. Are you familiar with it? Yes or no?
Yes, I am familiar with it.
Very familiar, aren't you? Because the people who ran the Feeding Our Futures program came to you in your official office in the state capitol December 11th, 2021, and asked for your help in getting investigators off their backs. They complained to you for upwards of an hour about state investigators going after them, and they begged you to help them, and you agreed to it, amazingly. And we know you did.
That's not
because
true.
It's all caught on tape.
Yeah,
every single sentence is caught on tape. Here's what you said. Let's take a look. You said, it's not a question. You said to them, send me the names of all these folks who are investigating them. You said to them, send me their names. And I'll take that list and I'll call the person over at Education who was investigating them and say, what's going on? Why am I getting these complaints? Then he went on to say, I already have my team working on this. What day should we get together to discuss it again? You made pledge after pledge to them. You said, we've got to make sure this guy who's investigating them stops it. You said, you have my attention. I'm concerned about this. You said, let's go fight these people, meaning the people who were investigating the fraud. Why'd you do it? Why'd you help them?
Are you going to let me answer?
Please. We're all ears.
So first of all, you're cherry picking quotes out of there.
Why did you help them?
I thought you were going to let me answer.
Why did you help them?
Are you going to let me answer?
Why did you help
You
them?
let me answer and I'll answer you.
Tell the truth and I'll let you answer.
I will tell the truth.
Good.
Let's do that.
That'd be a nice change. Why'd you help them?
Now see, Mr. Chairman, I didn't come here to be insulted. I came here voluntarily.
You came here for the truth. Let's have it. Why did you help them?
Round one between Senator Hawley and the Attorney General of Minnesota, Keith Ellison. And Keith Ellison should be under indictment. There's no other way to say this. He is part two.
Why'd you take their money? Why'd you take their money?
I didn't.
You took $10,000.
No, that's a false statement.
$10,000 9 days after the meeting.
False statement.
You took $10,000. Here's what happened. They went to your office.
They
solicited money from you. They solicited help from you.
That's also wrong.
They came to your office. It was your official office. You met with them for 54 minutes.
No,
they asked you for help. You pledged it to them, and they talked repeatedly about money. In fact, it's all they talked about.
That's a lie.
Money, 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 money.
That was part two. Here's part three of them going at each other.
And 9 days later, you took $10,000
that's a lie.
from people who were then indicted. It's in your reports. Why'd you do it?
Sir,
was it worth it?
You know what? This is a theatrical performance.
This is the truth. This is what accountability looks like, of which you've had none. You helped fraudsters defraud your state and this government of $9 billion, and you got a fat campaign contribution out of it. You ought to be indicted.
True. Well,
that's the truth.
You ought to be indicted. The words from Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri to the Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison. And Senator Hawley is correct on this one.